Well, we did survive the trip.
I'm surprised to see both of you sitting on the couch.
To be honest, it was there was points where it was quite wild. And there was points where it was very well behaved.
I wouldn't say wild.
There was points where it was somewhat
think we
wild.
did I did. I feel like, I don't mean to glow, but I feel like I held my shit together a little bit better than anybody else.
I think without airing you too much to
other than me banging my head on the floor.
That was what I was
but then, okay, but
also nearly drowning. I know that's from the same realm.
But then that happened, and I was fine. That was a moment.
Still.
That was a momentary slip, and then I popped right back up. I was laughing.
No. And to be honest, you know what? Props. You went the hardest all week, and then I think actually, do you know what? Other than that,
I was the only one.
No. I was the only other person who went out to every single event and every single day after you. Yeah, who else did?
Specifically, remember you not going to
what?
You and Megan stayed in for the first night.
I was out for the first night.
Well, then the second night was the first. When we were supposed to go to the tour that we were supposed to go on that we didn't.
We all missed one tour, which was me and Megan's fault.
Well, I can't wait to hear about you guys being back. I'm so excited you guys are back in the house. We missed you last week. Everybody was beating down my door.
Sanjeet.
They were like Sanjeet was like, where the hell are they?
Sanjeet was sending strongly worded emails. Where the hell is my weekly Is This Football fixed?
Yeah. Well, Is This Football, guys?
He's beside himself.
You guys
Is This Football, guys? Let's I'm rearing to go. I'm ready to get back into this shit. Right. Knock the rust off.
All right.
Let's
Eddie,
go.
You ready?
I am.
Good, because you're going.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast. Thank you for rejoining us. We had a little hiatus for a week. Me and Eddie had a little vacation during the week. It was a little celebration. Well, I'm sorry. Without further ado, I am joined here. My name's Dan, and I'm joined here by my two lovely friends.
I feel a bit revitalized.
Remy and Eddie.
I love that because you were just getting right into it.
Yeah,
you were excited about it.
Like I said, I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic about being back on the mic.
Yeah. I feel a bit revitalized, actually.
Took a couple days. I was definitely.
I was all right on Friday.
Did you drink on the flight home?
Nah.
I did, thank God.
Pedialyte, gentlemen. Oh, yeah. Pedialyte.
Yeah. I was all right on Friday, I was chilling. I remember Caleb saying his whole body was was shutting down.
Me and Caleb worked Friday, which was rough. And then Caleb had scheduled himself for a Saturday double, and then I was on dinner with him Saturday. But right as me and him were getting to work on Friday, one of our other coworkers was like, "You didn't schedule anybody for the Saturday lunch shift." And he hadn't, and it was literally just him working by himself for lunch, and then us both working for dinner. And literally the way our employees had taken time off, me and Caleb took those 4 days off, and then the moment we got back,
everyone else,
every other employee took Friday.
Well, it's that time of year.
Sunday
the same thing's
off.
Going on in my place.
So me and him both had to work doubles on Saturday. Both still hungover. Me and him were saying we almost felt worse Saturday than Friday.
I was fine when I got back because
Friday.
Off.
I think Friday we were still a little drunk. What do you mean you took Thursday off? We were drinking Thursday.
No, I only had 6 or 7 drinks on Thursday.
Only 6 or 7.
Now it's like this.
Compared to New Orleans, we were doing.
I got way.
We were doing 40 drinks.
What was that?
40 to 70 drinks.
That's another thing that people keep asking me. I did a bunch of fun shit, but I don't remember the names of any of the places.
I got all of them.
Well, real quick.
Okay, the last.
Hold on, real quick before we get into it, guys. Some of these listeners might be brand new this week, so let's explain to them why we weren't here last week and what we're actually fucking talking about.
This guy.
So we went to
this guy.
Me and Dan went with Megan, my
chickened
girlfriend, my brother David,
I was supposed
Dan,
to go. I chickened out.
Our
Remy
friends
pussied out
Caleb
like a
and
little
Jenna,
pussy.
and our friend Marissa. So 7 of us went to New Orleans.
The big 7
for me and Caleb's birthday for 4 days, and it was.
Is today your birthday?
No, Saturday. This Saturday coming up.
Oh, okay.
I'll just be at work lying low.
Oh, okay.
I hate the.
I always work.
I lie low. I lie low on my birthday.
I do the same thing.
But no, we went for the birthdays. It was a great time. We did some nice historical tours. We had some mayhem. Yeah. We ate good food. We had some mad shit going on. It stayed in a great place.
The food was great. Food was wonderful.
Megan organised a bunch of nice stuff for us.
She
was
did.
Nice.
Megan
it was amazing.
Megan was wonderful.
But did you see the naked man on the last day?
Naked man, no.
When we were walking down Bourbon Street, it was literally the last thing I saw before I got in the taxi.
Was I not with you?
I think you were in that voodoo shop.
Oh.
You guys were in a voodoo shop for like
David,
45 minutes. No, it was after David left. It was you, Caleb, Jen, and Marissa. You were all wasted by that point.
David left. Where did David
David
go?
went to the airport.
I'd like to know what Dan was doing in the occult shop for
yeah,
45
I'm not
minutes.
sure what he was doing.
Getting weird, bro.
Weird shit. But I was walking, me and Megan were walking down Bourbon Street just past the shop they were in, and I seen a man who was probably 250 pounds.
Oh, that makes it so
just
much better.
fat, maybe 275. All gold teeth.
Urban.
Yeah, urban gentleman. All gold teeth, urban gentleman. And he was just running up towards us.
Was running?
yeah, running with his trousers around his ankles. And his penis was just flopping about. And his belly was flopping
Daytime,
out.
nighttime?
Middle of the day.
Yeah. All right, cool.
2 p.m.
I was going to say, it's
2
like
p.m.
broad daylight.
2 p.m.
Broad
family. 2 p.m. family everywhere.
Not even in the shade.
Based on the
Middle
other
of the
things
sun.
we saw, that's not
even that weird.
We saw so many people slumped over.
Yeah.
I had to like pull David away. There was this guy that he was in this weird this weird scorpion position, and he was just clearly strung out.
He was having an exorcism without a priest.
He was fine. David was like, I think I need to go help this guy. I need to go figure out. I got to go check on this guy. I was like, David, don't.
Yeah.
I was like, he lives here, bro.
Yeah.
This is his Tuesday.
And then you just see people do.
This is Wednesday afternoon for that man. He's fine.
And then people see people doing garbage angels. And garbage angels in the middle of the street, loads of poo everywhere, and they're just like, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're.
So no, he was naked running around.
How did I miss this?
Why you were in the shop.
I'm not upset
because it was a very fleeting moment of nudity. But just
you were lost in the moment.
Well, I was just
you
completely
were just
shocked.
Experiencing the beauty
after everything that happened in New Orleans.
Gigantic penis.
No, it was tiny.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Black dude.
I know. Yeah.
Wow.
It was tiny.
Well, when you're that big, it looks smaller.
It was small anyway.
Proportions.
It was really small.
Proportions.
Yeah.
He's just not giving a fuck.
I just have huge thighs.
And then, it could have been that.
My balls are massive. It makes my dick look smaller.
It could have been that too.
Yeah.
Any of those statements could be factual with relation to the size of his penis, but anyway, afterwards he pulled up his trousers and he was like, "Yeah,
I'm gonna mark that for the title." Well,
of the episode, so
then he pulled up his trousers and he was like, "Yeah, I gotta pay to see that again," and everyone was there.
Okay,
like,
wait. So I'm sure you don't have a whole lot of.
I don't know the backstory. I have no backstory.
Was he running from something?
No, just running. Well.
He put his pants around his ankles.
Okay, listen.
He was just doing a
let
jog.
Me show you something.
Let
me show you. Yes, exactly.
There has to be other components to the story.
There's absolutely no content whatsoever or context for that matter. But there was one of those things which spins around, which takes pictures of couples. Do you remember seeing that? Yeah. There was like a photo spinner.
Yeah.
Anyway, the photo spinner's happening. There's a collection of about 10 people behind it, not waiting in line. They're just hanging out.
He was just showing.
No. Anyway, the couple are getting pictures and stuff, and everything's nice. Then from out the backside of the collection of people, I just see a really large man running up Bourbon Street with no clothes on. Literally nothing.
I hope that was his
game. Oh, no, he had a shirt on, but it didn't go down below his belly. It was like a crop top.
If that was his game to photobomb, I hope he fucking covered his face.
I don't think, Remy, you don't need to worry about him because he's not getting he's not getting gainful employment anywhere.
I don't think there's going to be any lawsuits filed over.
You can't file a lawsuit on a homeless man.
He'll be dead in 2 days.
Yeah. He's got no chance of survival.
I'd love to know what he was
He's owned by the French Quarter.
Yeah.
But he was just running, and then everyone just continued on like it was normal, and it was normal.
I got used to that after like the first 2 hours in the French Quarter. The first 2 hours, I was a little like, oh my God, what is happening? This is just like the Wild West.
Yeah.
And then you kind of become desensitized to it. You see
like murders,
you see enough
rapes, and you're like,
enough drug dealers aggressively approach you like, hey bro, what you need, dog? I got what you need. Like, what's good, man? What y'all do? Y'all trying to party? What's going on? What's going on tonight?
Shit.
You get enough of those, and you're just like,
okay, now I understand. So naked man is nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. At a certain point,
thanks, mister.
But also at that point in the trip, I was 2 hours away from my flight, and I'd already thrown in the towel, and I was like, I'm done. I was done with Bourbon Street. I was done with New Orleans. I was like, I want to go back to some sense of normalcy.
I could tell the end of the trip. You
knew I was done.
I was like,
done.
I'm not even going to talk to him anymore.
Yeah, okay. Dan and Caleb and Jenna kept coming over like, you want a drink? I was like, no, please do not come near me.
Stop talking.
Okay, Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie, okay. Okay, Eddie.
And
Eddie,
I'm
okay.
walking.
So you're
he
saying,
was
still
just,
drinking.
but just to
You're
cap
saying-
off the trip,
No.
the naked man comes flying at me. And I was like,
we're not capping
God.
off the trip here, but I'm gonna just interject real quick. When you said I need to get back to some level of now I've known you for a few years.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you guys like to party. You guys have a good time, and sometimes I can't even keep up. You know, you guys are a little bit younger than me, a tad younger. You're a little bit more younger, so sometimes I can't even keep up with you assholes. When you say that New Orleans is in a way that you have to get back to normalcy, meaning your normalcy.
That
must be pretty fucking
Remy,
bad.
it's wild, man. Because just
I've been there one time. I went there for like 2 days.
Yeah, it's just pure debauchery.
What
man.
were you there for?
Me and my brother were road tripping back from San Diego to
So you're
Florida.
passing through.
Yeah, but I booked
Stayed
a couple
for
of
the
nights.
night.
You're just on the way from.
Yeah,
2 nights
we
is
stayed
good.
like
West Coast,
we
East
stayed
Coast.
2 nights in like Austin, Vegas,
that's nice.
a couple different places. All our way home, just to
Nice.
experience different things. And that
I'd
was-
love to do that.
That was our
same.
last
just like a road
stop.
trip
I'd be keen.
up to the.
Yeah, I made it
the West
fun. Like
Coast.
we didn't have to go up to Vegas.
I'd
That
be
was
keen
not
for
on the
that,
way
though, yeah.
from
No.
San Diego to here. But we made sure we made little detours, Austin, Texas, for
I'd be
2
keen for
nights.
that,
You know,
though.
it was cool. Yeah,
I'm
so
thinking
that's
about
why
maybe
I
doing
went.
that this year or next.
But hey, I
Maybe
was
next year.
with my brother. God bless him. I love him. He's my fucking brother, man. He's blood. I grew up with this motherfucker, but this motherfucker doesn't party nearly as much as me. And
Really? I feel
and
Brian.
no, my other brother.
You were with Adam.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I mean,
I know next
he
to
doesn't
nothing
party
about
nearly
him.
as much as me. He did step up and buck up and party a little bit with me, but I mean, he's Navy, and it's all that. So it's like he's
little
like,
bit
all right, he's
straight
like-
edge.
Do they drink as much in the Navy as they used to? I always remember
I mean,
hearing stories about back in the day.
when
Like,
you
you
set-
can like
when you set him off.
That's a term. Drink like a sailor.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this person can drink like
I
a
think
sailor.
it's swearing like a sailor.
Adam was the one.
I thought it was also drinking.
It
I
could
know
be
it's
drinking
swearing,
too.
but
it
like
could be
yeah.
drinking too.
I thought it was
no. They're fish.
like
They drink like
sailors
fish, yeah.
are known as heavy, all military really, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
sailors in
He's the
general,
one
specific.
kid. He's the one kid out of the 3 of us that it just kind of skipped. So he parties, and when he parties, he'll drink some whiskey. He'll do a little beer. He'll spit and smoke in the same day. That's what he does. He spits and smokes. You know what I mean?
Smoke cigarettes and dips.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just depending on if he's inside watching a movie or playing video games for a while, he'll just sit there and spit, and then he'll go out and have a cigarette with me every once in a while. But yeah, point is, back to your story. But that's
No, that was. I mean, we spent a lot of time on that one moment, but there was obviously a lot of moments throughout the week. It was it was a great time. The last night was pretty funny.
So
you
good.
were hell bent on having a rager.
This is what I want to
No,
hear.
I wasn't hell bent on a rager. I went to New Orleans. I wanted to go to a strip club and
and
do some drugs.
Yeah.
I'm
which
sorry.
is fine.
You know,
I was just
I'm-
tired. I was just really tired at that point.
No, Dad.
You're fine. You're
And-
good. I didn't blame you. And I had a feeling at the beginning of the trip that at some point I was going to have to sneak off on my own to have my own fun.
Yeah. It was a good time though. It was a great time.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I could have come with you, but I was so battered by
You're
that point.
good, dude. You're right.
It was a great time though. We had a good time. It was just wake up in the morning, 4 drinks for breakfast.
Yeah, I think that it's just the more that I drink them and the longer I go, White Claws, it's like an anomaly.
They don't get me drunk. Or do
That's
they?
what I'm
They
saying.
don't-
It's
no.
like, but it's like
It just doesn't. It just keeps you from being hungover. Keeps you from being hungover.
It's such a different drunk than beer or liquor drunk. Like if I had been
Doesn't do an
drinking,
awful lot
if
to me.
I replaced all of the White Claw that I drank with beer,
Oh, I'd be done.
I would just be absolutely
tanked.
I
Yeah.
mean, well, because collectively, it was 7 of us, but we must have gone through, and not including drinks outside.
Oh, yeah, I know.
We must have drank 150, 200 White Claws.
Oh, easily.
Like
and then
we went through like
How could you
multiple
even stomach
cases.
that? That's
the hurricanes.
It's not that, dude. White Claws are just so like when
And
White
the
Claws.
the hurricanes at Paddy O'Brien's were
Those
crazy.
are sweet,
But
bro.
it's got-
Like
but they-
everyone,
but that got me
lit as well.
everybody went on about those. Like, oh, you got to get the hurricanes. Multiple people, when we were going, were like, oh, the hurricanes.
I mean, that's what they
hurricanes
say
was-
you got to do.
They
when you're
always
down
say
there.
that,
Yeah,
and they're good. They
They got me fucked up, to be
No,
honest.
I'm not saying it wasn't fucked up. They're just like straight
It is very
sugar.
sweet, yeah.
It was like literally, it's like they poured a bunch of rum,
Curacao, grenadine.
Oh no! It wasn't the Curacao. The Curacao was in the
the embalming fluid. The embalming fluid.
The first drink.
Okay, so we get there. Looks
like I hit a nerve there.
So we get there off no hours sleep. You got like 2 hours at home.
We left for the flight at what 2:30.
We left for the flight from my house at 2 a.m. and picked you up at 2:30. Mm-hmm. So we get there. Me, Megan, David, and Marissa hadn't slept.
Landed at 8, I think. Flight left at 5. You guys got there a little earlier. I think I touched down around 8 a.m.
But me and David were both. Well, no, all of us were fucked up. Like from the lack of sleep, do you know what I mean?
David was weirdly fucked up. Well, he kept saying the kratom, but I was like, David, I do much more kratom. I drink and take much more kratom than he does. And he would remember we were at that bar and he was just sleeping.
We got to the first bar and David was just sleeping in it.
We were apologizing to the bartender. We're like,
and she was like, trust me, this is not the last thing. This is nothing.
We forgot we were in New Orleans. We were like, oh my god, our friend's sleeping. Let's go make sure the bartender doesn't think he's a drug addict.
Please, it's fine.
She's like, he's not bothering anybody. I know he's not making.
She was like, there's a naked man outside running up and down the street. There's a dead body in the corner. You know,
as long as he doesn't wake up and start throwing punches.
We're good. At least he's subdued over there.
But we did that. Then we got the really nice lunch, which that was probably my favorite.
Well, no, you got easily one of the most disgusting drinks I think I've ever had in my life.
It was called embalming fluid.
It was literally called embalming fluid, and it was blue because they put so much blue curacao, which is just disgusting. I don't care what anybody says. Blue curacao is absolute trash.
It's like taking a melted blue raspberry popsicle and just pouring it.
But it's also super sweet and very alcoholic. Like not.
It was nasty.
Oh, it's straight sugar water.
Yeah, it's just alcoholic sugar water.
What did we do the first night? Do you remember? Caleb and Jenna got there late.
Well, we
had the big fight. That was the day of the big fight. We were there for like 6 hours.
Oh, you guys got into it?
Big fight. Well, it was pretty bad.
There were two main culprits in the fight.
Well, we won't go into the details of it, but what we will go into is
talking about the two yous against each other.
No, it wasn't a physical fight. It was just a big, massive argument within the group.
Eddie jumped in.
Like a real world situation.
What do you mean?
Like the show Real World, like where
we won't go into the details of it. Basically, there was a rift. There was a rift within the group for about.
Misunderstanding.
There was a rift within the group for about 6 hours, wasn't there? And then we all went off into our separate rooms in the massive Airbnb that we had.
The Airbnb was that might have been the best part of the trip. Yeah, the Airbnb was phenomenal.
The Airbnb was crazy.
The trip was nice. The Airbnb was
$1 million. It was $1 million home. We all had our own rooms, which were the size of our apartments.
$multi-million. Oh yeah, my room was twice the size. This had my own bathroom.
Me and Megan had like a.
You guys had a really nice room. You guys had the master. Me and Megan had a
wet room.
Yeah.
A 2-bedroom apartment upstairs. It was crazy.
Kind of sounds like I couldn't have even afforded this.
I mean, it wasn't even expensive.
It would have been a lot cheaper if you'd have gone, Remy.
Sorry, guys.
No, it was all good.
A lot cheaper for all of us.
But no, it would have been funny to see Remy there. We missed you there, man. It would have been nice if you'd have came.
I took the week off, man. I kept the week off anyway, even though I pussed out, and I just had some staycation relaxation, man.
Nice
worked on some shit for the shows.
No, it's nice.
Went to the bars a couple times and didn't have to worry about having to go to work the next day for a change.
Nice. No, it's nice to have that.
That was cool.
But no, we after the rift, Caleb and Jenna arrived late around 1 a.m. And then
Caleb showed
lit.
up blackout drunk. I was like, I was trying to like temper my drinking up until.
Well, no, you were fucked up as well. I found you at that bar. At around 9 p.m. when I came and found you after we'd had the big fight, and I was like, "Hey, are you having a good time?" And I was trying to like small talk in like sort of like. And you were just there like, "I will not be speaking to you."
Yeah, well that had nothing to do with my drunkenness. I was just like, I'm not talking to this asshole. I was like,
I'm not fucking hanging out with you at all.
I was like, I'll talk to my damn self.
I sat next to him and was just making small talk, and he was like, "That won't be happening," and just ignored me.
I'm not talking to you right now. No. But had enough of you for the day.
I've had enough of you for months, let alone tonight.
I'll see you tomorrow. Fuck you, and I'll see you tomorrow.
But then, but no, you were wasted when I got there.
I really wasn't.
You were.
At no point in the trip was I like stumbling drunk. Like I could walk perfect. Like I was drunk. I was hammered the whole time.
Which is more than we can say for Caleb.
That's my point. It's like and David as well. He had probably the most acute reaction to the alcohol.
Yeah.
If we had
Caleb had no shirt on. when he was with his new
David
with his crop
dumped a gallon of throw up in a really nice bar on the floor. You don't remember that?
Let's tease with that story. Let's take a little break. I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
Just kept coming.
I can't wait to hear about it, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, we'll be right back, guys. Oh, welcome back, guys. It's always such a sweet sound hearing that.
Sweet,
especially when it's in stereo with Eddie on the other side.
It's like that ASMR stuff.
Oh yeah, hey.
Just that while you're asleep constantly.
Guys? You ever heard a beer click?
That's your ASMR for the night, guys. What show is this?
Is this football?
Yeah, episode 17.
Are we
ITF.
Football?
ITF.
Is this?
Are we
ITF AS?
RI football?
What is? You said 17. What are we at?
Yeah, we're at episode 17.
Episode 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Time flies.
And we would have been on 18, but you guys had to go shit and puke all over New Orleans.
It's just all our fault.
Time.
Just to be clear, they had enough shit and puke in New
before
Orleans.
we got there.
They couldn't even handle us.
It was already there when we got there.
like they were filled to the brim when we walked in
They're
the
like,
door.
absolutely
They're like,
no
more
shit
shitting and throwing up.
Just to touch on that, this morning when me and Meg woke up, she said my breath smelled of Bourbon Street, which is one of the worst insults I've ever been the recipient of. Yeah, mine. Yeah. She's like, your breath smells like Bourbon Street.
I would have left
like,
her on the.
So
I'd be like, you'll be sleeping outside tonight,
one of
woman.
the rudest things I've ever
So
heard.
you drank a lot of malt liquor and urine last night, is what she's saying.
Well, that's the one. Before we continue with the New Orleans stuff, the one thing that I have basically said to everyone, I got back. Oh, how was New Orleans? How what happened? What do you think? People are like, oh, I've been there. I haven't been there. What's the deal? New Orleans is a lovely city. It's very nice. A lot of stuff to do. I always say, I'm huge on. Like Europe or any place in the world, like really old cities where you can like see like just places that you can tell, like you walk down, especially like Bourbon Street, but even in like the Garden District, you could tell those houses were built 150, 200 years ago. The early 1800s, late 1700s. You can just feel that it's an old city, and that stuff's just super cool to me. I don't know, but everything was nice, drinking, food, lovely, all that stuff. The whole fucking place smelled like absolute dog shit. You could not escape
Bro, I went there about 2-3 years after Katrina, so the whole place smelled like dog shit and dead fish. You know what I mean?
I think dead fish would have been a step up.
So did you go to any like haunted house tours and do
we missed the haunted
bits?
But we did.
You should have went in and did the bits.
I wanted to,
but we did.
But we were
not
not able to go on.
It was in the middle of the big fight.
Tour.
The haunted tour was in the middle of the big fight. We'll just paper over that.
Incident we will not speak of, but yes.
No, just to lend to that real quick, I'm sorry to do this on the air, but that reminds me, a real haunted house that exists somewhere in the country is so tired of people posting
doing that
replies on their website
to people
from that show
have a huge cum
who
shot,
have like these fuckers pop out of walls,
these fuckers.
And they caught on and they're like, all right, so you guys keep asking these ridiculous questions, here's the clip where it's from in full, I hope you guys will stop now. And the actual like mom and pop haunted tour website posted the clip on their website just to try to shut everybody up.
I feel like that'd make it worse.
I think that's just great.
They
that's
leaned
genius.
into it. They're just
they
like,
just
here's the clip.
Here's the clip.
Where
is
the place?
I don't remember where it was, but they just kept they're like, everybody keeps commenting on our website with the "I think you should leave haunted house" quotes, and that's where they went with it.
That gives me a good idea for.
Yeah, so I'm disappointed that you didn't get to go any of those and actually ask those questions.
Well, we went on a cemetery tour, and the cemetery tour wasn't. I don't really.
It was really hot.
It wasn't a haunted house tour, or like a haunted tour, just a tour of a cemetery. Super cool. I liked it. Enjoyed hearing about all the people.
I like the Garden District tour a lot.
I like the Garden District tour a lot as well.
It was less hot.
We saw John Goodman's house, little Sandy Bullock.
Yeah,
got to see little Sandy Bullock's house.
Really?
Zion Williamson, yeah.
The Mannings.
The man, saw the
Goodman, huh? Goodman.
Yeah, we
Goodman
saw
was down
Goodman.
Reisner, Trent Reisner.
Oh my God! The one thing that absolutely
Reznor, Nine Inch Nails. Oh, really?
Trent Reznor. We saw his house as well.
Oh, that's cool.
One thing that that I was just shocked at when I first saw it. That I'm just gonna double check and just make sure I'm right. But do you remember what Peyton Manning's father, the Manning's father,
Archie. Oh,
Archie.
It's,
what do you know? What his first name is?
yeah, it's
Archibald?
Yeah, okay. No. It's Elijah.
No, it's Alicia.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they said. They were like, "Oh no, it's Elijah."
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Elijah spelled like this?
All right, let's spell it.
Elisha.
That's Elisha. That's Elisha. I'll give it
Would
Elisha.
you stop with the Elisha? That's Alicia. Elisha.
Well, if it was
Elis, Elijah is.
No,
spelled,
you're right, 'cause
Elijah is spelled with a JAH.
because you're right, because Alicia is Alicia. So if there is
that is a spelling of Alicia, Alicia.
but you're right, they can use that I in the middle for the You're right.
That blew my mind.
All right.
My mind exploded on that one. Arch Manning's name is Alicia. I'm sorry.
By the way, Ryan just
that.
loved the bit about the haunted houses. He's out there listening tonight. Make sure you guys listen to our sister podcast. They call us The Breeze. You can find that. That's Bravo Romeo Echo Sierra. You can find that every Thursday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on our YouTube channel. Same channel you get this show, Tiger Cage Media. So make sure you subscribe to both of these shows. And then also get on the Facebook, like the pages, both the pages. Is this football? ? And they call us The Breeze. Back to you, Dan. So we teased a little bit before we left.
Yeah, we did.
They're both quite crass, the situations that happened.
Oh, I mean, we could leave them out, but I mean, you guys started to mention it.
It really doesn't. Yeah.
The only reason I wasn't really, and because I'll have you know that I cleaned up all of it.
Not mine.
Then there's no fault for anybody.
No.
You know?
Well, that goes back to how sober I was because we've been drinking all day. Everybody was drunk. I was still sober enough to actually communicate with the waitstaff. I said, "I'm so sorry. Can you please just give me some towels and some cleaning stuff?"
When it happened, I
could see the joy in that woman's eyes when she was like, "You're gonna clean that?" And I'm like, "Yes, I will." And I didn't do a full clean. I just basically got all the big pieces.
But enough for like her to just mop and be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
But
now you go sanitize it.
But like, I don't know if I'm inside an establishment, bar, restaurant, anywhere else, and I feel that coming, I either
exit.
You're either going one of two places as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, toilet or outside.
Toilet or out the door.
Outside's always the best choice.
I'm sitting outside. I think it was me and Marissa or somebody. We were sitting outside smoking.
Yeah,
I think we were smoking a joint or something like that. Caleb comes outside and goes, "David just threw up all over the place." And I was like, "Well, where?" I was like, "Where is he now?" And I look inside, and he's just stood there with his neck bent, and he was just continued throwing up. And I run over to him, and I'm like, "David, come with me right now. What are you still doing in here, buddy?" Dragged him outside.
This is the point where you
I know. I know. I was like, "Bro, you're just standing here throwing up on your own feet."
The murderer does not just stand around in the seat of the crime.
You don't commit an act of indecency and just stand there like you don't know what's going on. Dragged him outside, pumped the rest out of him. I was just, let it go, buddy. To be fair, I guess that rum was terrible.
He was drinking straight. So he goes
house.
Well, no, he bought a bottle of it. He bought a bottle of the rum from the distillery and just proceeded to drink it out of the bottle.
The bar we went
and then
to,
threw up there.
Yeah, it was a distillery, and behind the bar, they just had bottles and bottles that you could buy
of their own
distilled liquor. So we walk in the door, he immediately buys a bottle of rum.
He got excited by the fanfare.
Worst rum I've ever tasted in my life. I took a little sip right when I got there. I was like, "That's all you, buddy. You go ahead and handle that for the rest of us." Next thing I know, I'm cleaning the fucking floors.
And it had to have smelled like that. Rum.
It smelled. I was gagging.
Jesus Christ!
After a big full stomach of New Orleans food.
Took,
as well.
I know. I could smell the seafood.
Can I not to?
We'll move on. We don't want to make everybody stop listening to us.
But move on. And I hate to go into this next, but all right. Let's take a countdown. Quick. 3, 2, 1. The food, though. I mean, what was the most amazing thing you ate?
I think it was hit and miss, actually. I think it was hit and miss. We had some really good food.
Well,
Willa Jean was probably
anybody
my
have
favorite.
a po' boy?
yes.
Yeah,
I was going to say the po' boys were probably the best
Did you
for
get the
me.
shrimp po' boy down on the bottom of bourbon that night?
Well, yeah, that night was a really, really good shrimp po' boy. But the main move because remember, I got the po' boy, I got the gumbo. And then do you remember those gator balls that I got?
They were nasty.
They were
bro.
so
They were
bad.
disgusting.
It was just like a ball of wet slop. I took
Yeah, it
one
was
bite. I was
horrible.
like, that was terrible. The po' boy was one of the best sandwiches I've ever had in my life.
The one thing I did eat there while I was there was an fried oyster po' boy.
See, I wanted to get one of those,
Oh,
but
that
I
sounds
went shrimp because I
And
was
you
like,
have
let
to
me
be
start
careful
with the
because
shrimp.
I've had plenty
Oysters
of
are up and down.
Well, not up and down necessarily, but you got to be careful because I've had plenty of fried oysters in my day. Some of them do have that black
That
little pearl.
bristle.
No, just a fucking straight
Oh,
up
a
black
pearl,
pearl in there that
no.
you could crack your fucking teeth
Oh,
on.
really?
Like I have had my fair share of fried oysters.
Oh, that's-
like
see,
a
I wouldn't be
lot,
up for that. I
and
wouldn't
I
be
have
up for trying to do
probably
that.
bitten
They're in,
into 3 black oysters at this point.
The
and-
oyster
or,
industry
pearls.
is.
I wouldn't be up for that.
Oyster industry is in cahoots with the dentistry industry.
Yeah,
they're working
They're like,
together.
we'll leave a
on
couple-
that.
we'll
They're
leave a
like,
couple
Why don't
in.
you just leave them
Why don't you just
pearls
leave
in
every-
there, and then when
yeah.
they crack their tooth,
We'll give you a couple hundred.
Give them a referral over to Larry's
But
dentistry.
luckily for me, the one time I did have an authentic oyster po' boy with the
good.
remoulade and the pickles and everything, and I was sitting actually there had an upstairs so you could look down on
Onto
Bourbon Street.
Oh, nice.
And me and my brother just sat there and we each had a po' boy and some fries, and we were just
And
like,
watch
"This
the
is the
mayhem
fucking
unfold.
this
Yeah.
is the fucking."
But
life,
the one
Yeah.
thing I do have to say about because I had the po' boy that night when we all got it on Bourbon Street, and then again the next day. Okay, but that was my one question before. Brief side note: what was the name of the place we went to the next day and got po' boys? Where we all ate. We went
Elizabeth's, it was
we
trash.
went to the upstairs. Oh,
Elizabeth's.
you thought that was bad?
It was the worst food I've ever had.
Oh my god, mine was delicious. Holy shit!
Wait, are you serious?
My
Elizabeth's.
sandwich was delicious.
Elizabeth's.
The last place we went
Yeah, it
before
was
we
horrible.
Did you get the po' boy?
No, I got a chicken sandwich. It was
I got the
absolutely
po' boy. It
disgraceful.
was
no. Megan got a po' boy. She said she hated it.
Oh my god, my po' boy was delicious. I got po' boy and gumbo, and they were both really good. But the night before, what I really have to say, one of the best meals I've had in a long time. Po' boy was phenomenal. It was incredible. But then I think it was Marissa got a bowl of this seafood bisque. And I was,
That was the night before.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That evening, I was dipping
Yeah,
my
that was
po'
good.
boy into the seafood bisque.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh my word!
I will say that
Mouth
Elizabeth's,
orgasm.
Elizabeth's was the worst food of all. Of the whole
I'm
trip.
so
I hated
surprised.
it.
Well, now also
I liked it better than the buffet.
Parker Benson.
What's good?
My love.
Talk to me.
You also have to understand that you will eat most anything, and you are the eater.
I'm
of the
easy
group.
to please, and I'm not
So,
going to apologize
yeah,
for it.
sometimes-
I loved the.
So
po'
I don't
boy.
know which
My
one
po'
to
boy was
listen to on the
delicious.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth's
thing.
was really dry
Eddie
and
has
nasty.
very
I don't
particular.
have particular
He's
taste.
got very picky
don't
particular
have
taste. He
particular
doesn't like a
taste.
lot of stuff.
I like so much stuff.
Doesn't like a lot of stuff.
I'm not getting into this. It's
not big on
I
the
can't get into this.
stuff.
I
Yeah,
like,
let's
I
not
like more
start.
stuff
Let's
than
not
Dan does.
start this
I
shit.
thought it was wonderful.
I like more stuff than Dan does.
That's not true.
Just I don't like dry, really dirt.
Only
dry chicken
things
sandwiches.
I don't like are mushrooms and olives.
Do you know what?
Literally the only thing.
Do you know what?
Only
The
things I don't
reason
eat.
was that I got the really bad food is I think she ordered it like that on purpose. The server, I think she put in make it dry as possible because
Probably.
I asked for a glass for my beer and she was like, "We don't have glasses," and I was like, "There's one right there," and then she was like,
Yeah.
"Well, that's from upstairs," and I was like, "Okay, well, I'd like one."
Yeah.
And then the next thing, I bet she was at the POS like, make this as dry as physically
Yeah,
possible.
like fuck this shit.
I
Get
would-
the
I would
chicken
do
on
the same thing.
Boot the chicken under the fridge, let it rest for a bit,
Yep.
and bring it back out.
Yep. Fully deserved.
But yeah,
Fully deserved. Not
I don't
gonna
think
lie.
it is deserved. All I asked for was a glass.
Yeah. Well, that's like when you went into the one place and they were like, "We don't have a public restroom." You're like, "Yeah, but she's a girl," and they were like, "Sir, we don't
Wait,
have
where
a."
was this at again?
It was some. It was some random
I
head
remember it,
shop
I remember
that
it, I
Marissa had
remember
to
it.
pee really
Yeah.
bad. None of the places when you're on the street allow you to pee in the place. Every single place you go into, they don't do public bathrooms, so they'd be swamped with people using the bathroom. Every place we went into, no bathroom, no. CVS didn't have a bathroom. No place have a bathroom. We go into this random head shop. Marissa's like, "I got to pee really bad." The guy's like, "Oh, we don't have a public restroom." Marissa's like, "Okay, we'll leave." Eddie's like, "She's a girl." And I'm like, "Eddie," and she's like, "Well, no, this is a girl. You can't let the girl go to the bathroom. I know you got a bathroom back there." He's like, "Sir,"
did have one.
He's like, "Sir, I know they did. It's not a public restroom, Eddie. They're not going to make a exception for our drunk asses." If they did that, every single
That's
person,
not related to
every
the food
single person
situation,
would
though.
just go in there and be like, "Oh, well, I got a girl that needs to use the bathroom." Like, "Oh, it's a girl? Come on, you know what?
I didn't.
Well, why
you
didn't
know
you say
what?
so?
You didn't
Come
tell
on
us
in.
she was a
That's
girl.
not related to the poor service and the bad food.
You were a little testy when you're drunk with the wait staff. But
Yeah, not as
That's
much as Caleb though.
neither
Not
here
as
nor
much as
there.
Caleb,
What did
though.
Caleb do?
When he was at the fancy dinner on his birthday, he was being really rude to everyone.
Oh yeah,
Don't remember.
Yeah, no idea. He was being pretty rude to everyone the whole time. He was.
Yeah, Caleb was being rude to everyone the whole time he was
yeah,
there.
He was. He was.
He's
showing
being
out
as
for
rude
that
as
one.
possible
He
to
was
everyone
showing
he
out
could
for
meet.
that one. So are we? Do we have anything else to say about the New Orleans trip? Are we still going
not-
on that?
we shouldn't
I was
keep-
just saying,
we
I
shouldn't
think
keep
we've
going because-
pretty much that's run its course. It was a lovely time.
It
Everything
was a great time.
I thought the food was wonderful. There was a
The
couple
food, some of the
couple
food,
spots
I'd
that
say
weren't
50%
amazing.
of the food were amazing and 50% of the food were
I'd go
poor.
70-30. I'd go 70-30.
I think the food in St. Pete's better than New Orleans,
Oh, that's a bold statement.
and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a statement that I stand by.
Yeah.
I think the food in St. Pete's is amazing.
There is some terrible food in St. Pete.
Wait, give me
There's
a quick
some
list of
really-
3 of them just so I know.
Well, I'm not even.
I think we've
wanna
gotten
elaborate.
into that
We're
before
not
on
gonna
I just
talk
want to
about
hear
that.
the 3
podcast.
right
But
off the top
one
of
a
your-
place
off the top of your
that
head.
a place that I went
Oh,
the
one
other
of them.
day. Well, this isn't bad food. This is a place that is traditionally amazing food that I went there the other day, and it was really really bad. Casita Taqueria.
Oh, which one?
The one on Central. It is
On
my
Central and like
it's
by Urban
26th.
Brew, Urban Brew.
Yeah, block or 2 away.
It was bad.
Those for as long as I've lived in St. Pete, I've always said that there's a lot of good taco places, but Casita Taqueria has some of the best tacos I've ever had in my life. I've
But
had
not the
tacos a
other
lot
day,
of
though?
different places. I went there the other day and they were. I got 3. I got a blackened fish. I got a barbacoa. And then I think I could try like a steak one, and they were all just not. The fish one was okay, but the barbacoa, like the meat tasted weird, was like cooked somehow too much and too little at the same time, and the sauce was too much on it, and it was like too salty. I was just shocked, but that place usually is amazing.
Yeah.
But were you saying?
Yeah.
For
I
the-
mean, let's. We've wrapped up the New Orleans talk. Let's wrap up the segment. And, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
have a cigarette.
Remy's
Football on
smoking
the
a
last
dart.
one.
We're going to, we will eventually
We're
get into the
gonna talk about
sports,
football.
guys.
So we're
I
getting back
know
into
that you're
sports,
all
so yeah.
patiently waiting.
No, I
We're-
think everybody kind of really wanted to
we're-
know.
We're
Me especially.
baiting you
and,
into the sports.
it was nice
talk.
to hear about the vacation, and I'm
Yeah.
sad I missed it. I'm sad
Yeah.
I pussied out, but it sounds like
It would've been
I
nice to
made
have
the
you.
right
It
choice.
would have been nice to have you.
for me.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do it though. Let's take a
All
little
right,
break,
all
guys.
right.
We'll be back.
All right, we'll see you.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast. Thank you for staying with us.
Hey guys.
We're gonna do a little bit of football to close it out.
Yeah, we decided that to go in a different direction from the rest of the podcast. We're gonna talk a little bit about sports on our sports podcast. So
That's an incredible idea. And I
prepare
support that. Yeah.
yourselves. Prepare yourselves. So we had wrapped up the English Premier League season this past weekend, and it ended about the way that I kind of thought it was going to go.
But still, though, it was some twists and turns on the day.
Oh, on the day, yes.
It was
Well, I mean,
wild,
the big one was the City Wolves thing.
Yeah, let's start at the top of
And
the table.
but like I said,
City Villa, Liverpool.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah.
City Villa. That was the. It all ended the way.
It was just drama, though. Yeah, it ended the. Yes.
Every single result was a
Yes.
microcosm of the rest of the season.
Yes, but it was just mayhem for 90 minutes,
Yeah.
you know? Then
I thought Liverpool was going to tie Wolves. Like, they were tied for a while. I thought they were going to be just taking a point.
I was so surprised at how City managed to not do anything for 75 minutes and then carve through Villa for 3 goals
Yeah, but
in
I
5
mean,
minutes.
is that not like
just-
City to a T?
It
Like
is.
they're usually dominant, but even when they're not, it takes them all of 3.5 minutes to score 3 goals and go from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. Like
It just makes
that.
me
Does that surprise you at all? Like,
doesn't
is
necessarily
there
surprise
any
me. I think
shock
it is.
there?
It is still quite the fate to be down 2 goals when you need to score 3 and score 3 in 5 minutes. I feel like that is quite the fate.
Was it 5 minutes? I thought.
Yeah,
it was
they
like
were down.
10,
They were down 2-0 in the 75th minute, and on the 80th minute they were up 3-2. It's
Okay.
wild. But there was a funny meme about Steven Gerrard being the only Liverpool fan who's ever managed to let a Premier League title slip as a player and a manager. because he's the Villa manager, isn't he?
That's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like that was, I don't know, I think City will be somewhat disappointed with, obviously they've won the league, so they can't be too disappointed, but
they've also got Erling Haaland, so there's
well, that's for next year. I'm just talking about this season, you know, and also we don't know
why would they
how
be disappointed? What, Champions League?
I think that they would, and they didn't win any of the domestic cups either.
Yeah,
they didn't win any of the domestic cups.
They lost in the final. Oh no, it was Chelsea Liverpool in the FA Cup final, but then they lost the League Cup final to Liverpool, right? It was City Liverpool, I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they were in the final. I know it was Chelsea Liverpool FA Cup, and I'm almost 100% certain City lost, but
the levels to which City are playing at in the levels to which the financial freedom that they have allowed them to play at in the last 5 to 10 years is. It really it's a statement that the Premier League alone is not enough to. And listen, maybe they are happy with it, but seems to me that would be.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
all they want is a Champions League. That's literally they've come out and said they're like we don't care. Like they've won in the last 10 years. How many league titles have City won? Like 5.
They've won 4 out of the last 5.
4 out of the last 5.
I think 4 out of the last. Yeah.
Okay, in the last 10, they've probably won 6 or 7.
5, 6.
No,
yeah, because they only won 1 before that with the Aguero last-minute goal, I believe. I think that was about 7 years ago. I can't remember.
I'm gonna.
But either way, yeah, it's not. I mean, we're probably splitting hairs. They've won a lot of Premier League titles in the last. But I don't know. I'm happy. Obviously, it's an amazing feat that Liverpool have played every single possible game that they can. That's never. I don't believe that's ever been done before.
What do you mean?
No team's ever played every possible game in a season. They've never gone to both domestic cup finals, played every Premier League game, and gone to Champions. That's an incredible feat. I am somewhat happy that I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm happy they haven't won the 4-timer because I find Jurgen Klopp completely unstomachable. Like, I don't know if that's a word, but I just cannot palate Jurgen Klopp.
What's your deal with Jurgen Klopp?
He's just a complainer. He's an outstanding football manager.
He's incredible.
He's an outstanding. He's an outstanding football manager. Anything. About? Well, the best one was when they drew with Spurs, and he complained that Tottenham put 11 men behind the ball, and it's like, well, should we just roll over and let you win?
But I mean, is he complaining or is he just like making?
Yeah, he said,
making an observation?
He said, I don't believe in that style of football. I think football should be played free flowing and with a chance for both teams. You know what I mean? And it's only because they didn't win and we cost them the title.
Yeah.
But regardless, I don't particularly care for. I don't particularly
title.
I don't particularly care for Pep either. So.
Yeah, I like Jurgen Klopp a lot more than Pep.
I'm the other way.
I like them both. I think they're both top tier.
They're both incredible managers.
I do think it does say something. Like I am all like the thing with Pep is he's obviously brilliant. He's obviously a very good manager, but you do have to say he has never been in a situation where he hasn't had basically at least 5 to 10 of the best 50 footballers in the world.
Exactly, for Barcelona, Man City.
He goes from Barcelona. Barcelona, obviously, that's probably. I'm pretty sure. I mean, not everybody, but it's almost unarguable that was
one of the best
that was like what 09 to 2013.
Messi, Iniesta, Xavi,
Neymar, Busquets, PK, Carlos Puyol. Yeah. Neymar wasn't there yet. Neymar wasn't there when
your man up front.
David Villa. Samuel Eto'o.
I think they had Henry on the bench.
Henry played. Eto'o, Ibrahimovic. He wasn't there for Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho left. Ronaldinho was Rijkaard, and I think left right before Pep got there. But he leaves there and goes to Man City, where he has basically the richest team in the world. He's got more money.
Wasn't it? Now
now it's Newcastle, and I think they're staying up, right? They survived.
Up,
which I think that's
fairly
huge.
Comfortably.
I'm very interested to see what kind of moves they make in the offseason, because now that they're guaranteed Premier, like when they were playing with potentially getting relegated, I think that would be one of the biggest.
Yeah, it'd be fascinating.
That would be insane.
They're actually, I think they're 100 times wealthier than the Man City owners I looked at.
They are.
No. I looked at the actual numbers. I believe they're 100 times. Yeah, no.
Wealthier. I mean, if you look at all the biggest clubs in England, a lot of them are valued at $2 billion, $4 billion, 3.5.
I think it's 200 billion for Newcastle.
Well, no,
or is it 200 for City?
Okay, it's not the team itself, but because you know how like the people that bought them,
the club,
it's like an organization of wealthy Saudis. Like it's not like it's Mohammed bin Salman, like the what's it called? It's not a prime minister,
but the chairman.
Prince.
The Prince of Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
He's like the main guy, and I mean he's got untold billions, but it's him and like a collection of other billionaires. It's over 400 billion.
It's an incredible amount of money.
I don't remember the exact number, but I know it's over 400 billion. So when you say more than 100 times more valuable, I completely agree. But that's what I'm saying. Who do you think they're going to go after? If you had to,
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I think here's the situation as well. They've got no European football whatsoever. They're also the fact that Newcastle's a really great city, but it's also.
Is it?
No, it's a cool city. Newcastle's a cool city. I've been there. It's also, but it's 6 hours by car away from London. I mean, it is close to some cool Scottish cities, but they don't have the draw of London.
Won't be
they don't have the draw of London. They don't have a lot. They don't have any European football at the moment. I think it's going to take some time, but it took Man City time to get to there. Remember when they used to sign Robinho?
It really did.
Craig Bellamy.
It took them, I want to say, 3 years.
Yeah, so that's some time. It's not
they got bought. It was like when they started buying all those players. It was like 09. No, it was like 09, 2010. They won in 2013 when they bought Nasri, Craig Bellamy, Robinho. Remember they got Adebayor, they got Balotelli, they got all those crazy big name players.
But none of those players are the players that they're attracting right now. None of those players are Erling Haaland. None of those players are,
I get that, but if you are one of those players, do you sacrifice a year or two of European football to potentially be on the best team in the world
and also get paid $500,000?
That's what I'm saying. You're getting crazy money anyway, and if they put the right pieces together, they get a couple good. I mean, they're going to have to get good everywhere. Defense, midfield, offense, everywhere. They're going to have to buy a bunch of good people. But I definitely think I would be surprised if they don't challenge for Champions League football next year.
Of course they will.
As long as...
Oh, you mean Newcastle?
Newcastle...
I'd be surprised if they did, actually. Because think about it.
Well, it depends on who they get. If they get enough good players.
But think about it. You've got City and Liverpool issuing. Tottenham have now come forth and... ENIC have come out today and said they're going to put 200 million towards player transfers this summer. That's the first time that's ever happened in Tottenham history. 200 million plus the 40 million from the Champions League, and in addition to probably 75 million from selling Ndombele, Lo Celso, Winks, 4 or 5 other players. You'll get 75 there. So Spurs have got a $225 million war chest in addition to a pretty good team.
No, yeah.
Which, if we segue into the top 4 race, it was just a complete capitulation by Arsenal, which brings a lot of joy to my heart.
Well,
they're fucking shit.
When you talk about capitulation, it reminds me of a team that I know a lot about.
Yeah.
You want to talk about some capitulation? Man United is. I honestly almost didn't want us to get Europa League. Like I was like, I hope we don't, so they all have to fucking watch West Ham play in Europa League next year. While
but then you would have
gotten
the Conference League, the even worse version of it.
No, I know, but I don't really.
I suppose you could just play the kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't really consider that like it's something, but it's not European football. But I think that Man United is a team, and I know every time I talk about the Premier League and Man United on this podcast, it's basically how much I hate Man United.
Well, you've got Ten Hag now, so we'll see what happens.
Everyone's like, everyone that I talk to is like, oh, you got Ten Hag now.
He's a winner. He's
gonna, but like, so was Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, but I think
Louis Van Gaal was a winner.
I think
David Moyes was a winner.
David Moyes has never been a winner.
Are you kidding me?
What's he won?
Well, I mean, I'm maybe not a winner, but he made Everton. He took Everton from nothing to being like every year being playing with the Champions League. But David Moyes is a great manager. Stop.
He's an okay
Are you
manager.
serious? David Moyes is a incredible.
He's a good manager. He's a good manager.
I think he's one of those managers that just can't handle like the big egos, the big time. Like, I mean, he's basically done the exact same thing with West Ham that he did with Everton. They're always good. They have a couple games every single year where they beat the top 4. They beat the top 3. Everyone
always start in the top. They're in the top 4 for the first 3 months, and then they end up 7th.
And they kind of settle down. But like they're always good. You know they're going to be top 10. But I like David Moyes. I don't know.
I really hope Nottingham Forest get promoted from the Championship. The 2 teams coming up already is Fulham, shock. They're a yo-yo club. It'll be Norwich next year. Norwich and Fulham will be switching again.
Yeah.
And then Bournemouth are back up, which they've been in the Premier League for a while. But I would really love to see Nottingham Forest come up because they're a massive club to have. And I'm glad, even though it would be funny to see Everton go down, like just to see the meltdown, like I'm glad they stayed up. You want the biggest clubs in the Premier League. Leeds as well. I'm glad Burnley went down instead of Leeds. Like Burnley are a tin pot club.
Yeah.
They're just a shit little club. Do you know what I mean?
I just love seeing Everton play Liverpool every year in hopes that Everton beats them. I just know Liverpool fans hate that shit. I love it whenever Everton gets a point or 3 out of Liverpool. That's always a bright sunny day for me.
But no, I would love to see Forest up because then you'd have Forest, in the mid-table. You'd have Forest, Leeds, and Everton, who are but 3 big clubs. You know. Yeah. A lot of history.
Forest's got a European.
Yeah, they have. I think they have two Champions Leagues. I think, or at least one.
Well, it was before the Champions League.
Well, but still the top division of the first
division.
Exactly. Brian Clough, one of the greatest managers of all time. Big Nottingham Forest manager.
When's the last time they were in the Premier League?
A lot since
I was just gonna say I don't think it's been as long as I've been alive.
25 years, 30 years.
Was it in the 90s at all? Were they in the 90s? Because I don't remember. It was before I started watching.
But I would love to see Forest come up. They're playing Huddersfield in the Championship playoff final probably this Saturday. I would imagine probably before the
Fulham's guaranteed.
Fulham and Bournemouth are both up.
Are both up?
Yeah,
okay.
And then it'll be either Huddersfield or Forest, and I would love to see Forest come up. And I think it's going to should be a good day of football. I would imagine it'll be 5 o'clock in England, which is midday here. Forest Huddersfield for the
you said Saturday? What did you say?
I would imagine it's Saturday. Let me have a quick look. What
time do you work?
I work at.
Wait, you said 5 p.m. in England?
So 12 o'clock here.
Yeah, so I feel like you work at 3, right, or 4?
Yeah, so we can go and watch that, and then if you want to come over to. Sorry, this is a little bit off air, but if you want to come over to where I work, I'm going to have the Champions League on as well.
Okay, good. We'll do that,
but yeah, let me have a look really quick and see what time that is. Sorry, we should probably talk about something.
No,
you want to lead this somewhere?
Well, no.
This is great.
I was just gonna say, to go back on Manchester United. I hate to harp on it. It's one of those things, and both of you know from me being on this podcast that I am an eternal pessimist for all of my teams. I love all of my teams. I love sports. I love the Rays. I love the Lightning. I love the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I love Manchester United, but I've lived most of my life with those teams just absolutely doing me. I mean, Manchester United for a long time were incredible, but for the last couple of years, they've just been such fucking dog shit. When we lost 4-0 to Brighton and Hove Albion a couple weeks ago, it turned my soul black. It wrenched my heart out of my body. And I think I cannot wait to get rid of all those expensive players. I think Pogba's off, Rashford, I think the only people we're keeping are Scott McTominay.
I heard Bissaka could be off. I think Pogba's probably going to PSG.
Bissaka has not progressed the way that I had initially hoped that he would. Bissaka came on as an absolute raw talent, just lightning fast. I would argue that he's the best tackler in English football. He can lay down a slide tackle like nobody I've ever seen from 15 yards away. He has a slide tackle like you've never seen in your life. Just an absolute stallion of a human being, not insanely technically gifted with the ball. He's not a wildly he's not a tiki-taka kind of guy. Like, he's a run down the field, chase somebody down. But I was expecting him to progress a lot better. I think we could get a good bit of money for him. And I honestly, at this point, I don't know.
Get 25 million.
He's one of those players. 20. He's one of those players amazing for Crystal Palace. Not incredibly good for what should be a top 4 Champions League side squad.
You're hoping that when you buy him, you can refine his raw abilities.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for them to kind of, make him more of a well-rounded player, get him a little bit more on the ball. But they play him inconsistently. They don't play him enough. Like Alex Telles is good, and then Diogo Dalot, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of done with him too. I thought he was good when he came in. He's one of those guys that can't decide if he's a winger or a wing back. It's like he's a defender.
He's a lot.
Yeah, like he's kind of a defender, but then he's also kind of a winger. Like we'll play him in like when we'll do like sometimes we'll do a back five or like a 3 and then like a 5 in the middle. Yeah, like a 3 with 2 kind of wing defensive winger backs. It's like I don't know, but I think we should really just do an absolute overhaul. I hope Eric like when you were telling me you're like, oh, Ten Hag has him back 2 weeks early.
Yeah.
I think they should be back 2 months early.
Yeah.
I think they should today be on the training ground. I don't think they should get any holiday. For Manchester United just to barely grasp onto Europa League football by just the skin of they barely, and we shouldn't have even gotten it. We shouldn't have even gotten Europa League football. West Ham should have gotten it. They just shat the bed so hard. If they'd have gotten a win. Typical Manchester United as of the last 5 to 6 years. But I'm just ready for everyone to be done.
What about hockey then? Brief foray into hockey?
Brief hockey. I have to eat some crow here because I don't know if I had gotten extremely vocal. Remy, was I talking about that on the podcast? I know me and you had a long discussion, and I was very down.
We probably mentioned it once or twice.
But I was telling Remy before that my main argument earlier in the playoffs, and I think this was even before the Maple Leafs series that I was talking this shit. I was just like, the Lightning, they looked rough. They looked not as sharp as they usually do in the last couple days of the regular season. And I was like, Vasi is the key.
He's so good.
The team is good, but the last couple weeks of the season,
and
Remy,
what did I basically assure you
of?
I said
you weren't as confident as you are now, knowing what you know now.
That's what he does. What he does. And Jesus, has he ever?
I did not see that coming. I can go ahead and admit that, but last game that they were playing against the Panthers, the announcers were talking about Vasilevsky on the Mount Rushmore of NHL goalies.
I saw that.
You remember
that picture, yeah.
Which, I know he's good and he's been really good, but I was like, man, they're already talking that talk, the Mount Rushmore of 3 to 4 best. But I mean, to be honest, he's already won 2 cups. Not a lot of players have done that back-to-back cups. That's something hardly anybody's done since. Yeah. I can't have we ever seen a back-to-back NHL? I'm trying to think. In the last 20 to 30 years, I don't think anybody's back-to-back.
In our day, yes, we have. I would have
Was
to look.
Was it the Blackhawks?
I would have to look it up.
It would either be the Blackhawks or the Penguins, maybe, or the Bruins.
But I can't think of a three-peat.
Well, that was the funny thing. When we lost, or when we beat the Montreal Canadiens in the finals, it wasn't this. I think it was the year just passed that we won, because we won against the Stars and the Canadiens. Right. Those were the two that we won.
Yeah.
When we were playing against the Canadiens, all the announcers were like, oh, they've got 34 cups. And I'm like, God damn, they've got the most NHL cups. And I went back. They have 3 or 4 four-peats. Between 1930 and 1990, they won 30 different trophies, and they have multiple different 3 and 4 peats in those years. Like I said, this is
what's
this
fun?
is 40s, 50s, and 60s.
One thing I'm going to say about this this whole conversation is I love looking up these sorts of stats, and going how many, when did they win 3 peats? When did they win? Oh, that was cool. That's back in 1942. Oh, cool. That's. Every time I do it, though, I'm fucking almost blackout drunk, and I'm just looking on my phone, so I can't retain that information at all. Yeah. But I've been there and I've done that, looked up that sort of stuff, and you're like, wow, I had no fucking idea. And then also players' ages. Sometimes I just my hip hurts just sitting in this chair.
What do you mean player ages?
The age of a 35-year-old on the ice.
I hate looking at like the guys.
They're your age, yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? But no, it's needless to say, it's going very well. And as we're recording this, we are on a break. The Lightning are done with their second series.
Which always helps when you sweep. And
they're going to get a full week.
That's
to 10
what I
days
was going to say.
Rest.
No, it won't be 10 days.
I mean, a full week.
And you don't want it to be too much
time. Carolina and New York City.
Yeah, this series, for all the rest of the teams, will be done by Friday or Saturday. We will.
And they won yesterday. So 6 days.
There's only 3 more games. There's no way that the rest of
Wednesday,
this round,
Friday, Sunday,
this round of the playoffs.
I was thinking Sunday could be the latest it could be.
I was thinking Saturday, and then Monday will be the start of the new round.
I'm hoping, because I'm actually off on Monday.
Maybe I'm wrong. I was assuming that by this time next week they would all be.
I say we got Islanders coming up. That would be great.
I think the Hurricanes will win that one.
Islanders.
I would love the.
Rangers?
I would love. I'm sorry,
New York
Islanders.
Rangers, yeah.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
I was watching you drink your wine, and I was looking at that, and I was like, I kind of want some wine. But anyway,
I told you, welcome to it. I'm not holding it hostage.
had enough
over
wine
here.
to-
the Rangers. Yeah, I
You've
think
had enough?
I'm hoping because I don't want to play Carolina.
Yeah, I
just
think
don't.
Carolina's the worst matchup, especially because the Rangers have had a
Pop
tough,
quiz. Who was Carolina before they were Carolina?
who were the Hurricanes?
Team no longer exists.
Were they the Hurricanes still?
Well, no. What?
Came from Connecticut.
I don't know.
Hartford Whalers.
Oh, the Hartford. What year was I know?
I love that name.
I know. I should have.
Yeah. So-
I should have known that shit. Back to whaling, man. God damn
I
it.
love that name.
How much of a rough
You finish
profession
whaling
is
and then
that?
you go playing hockey.
Like, you go hunt whales?
Yo, and then you go and play hockey.
Well, you're already good with a stick. or
But
at
do
least,
you
like,
do you
know.
ever see like the old photos of like back in the day, and they'll show you the whale? They were in like a John boat.
Oh,
It
man.
was people.
anyone-
It was people in like a 15-foot like wooden canoe, just like standing there with spears. Like, how the fuck do you take down a whale?
If anyone wants a great show to watch, it's a 4 1-hour piece time segment from BBC, the British Broadcasting Communication.
the other BBC.
Yeah, the other one. Called The North Water. It's got Jack O'Connell in, the guy from bunch of stuff. But it's really, and Colin Farrell as well, called The North
nice.
Water. It's a really, really good
Is it
show.
about whaling?
It's a crime drama that happens on a whaling expedition.
Nice.
Very good.
What's
I'm
what's
into
the
it.
platform? What do we? Is this Netflix? What are
You can
talking
watch it on either on like an illegal streaming device.
about? So
or
illegal.
Yeah,
Which
or-
neither of us do, but we're just saying.
No
you
one
probably
here
I don't
does
know what
that.
you're talking
Yeah, you
about.
probably could.
No one
all
here
the-
does that, but if you ever want to check out Dope Box, you can watch whatever the hell you like in Crystal HD.
Oh, crystal clear
Clear.
HD.
The North Water is a good show.
Well, we'll all get on that real quick, Eddie. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us. That's our time for this evening.
Glad to be back with you guys.
Glad to be back. Glad to get back rolling. I'm gonna let Remy take on the whole on plugging the show. I know he likes to do it. He's a lot better than I am.
Well, yeah, I always mention Facebook. Make sure you go to the Facebook page. Is this football? And then, of course, our sister podcast, They Call Us The Breeze, with yours truly. And then there are some episodes with Benson on there as well.
Hey.
But, also make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel, Tiger Cage Media. And if you're tired of, just watching our dumb faces and you'd rather just listen to our voices, we are available on the podcasts. Anywhere you get your podcasts, same episodes. So, yeah. Congratulations. Another episode in the bag, guys.
17,
Episode
baby.
Yeah.
Nice,
17
Remy.
knocked
Thanks,
down.
All right.
Thank you guys all for joining us, and
Yeah.
make sure you tune in next
We'll see you
Tuesday,
next week.
11 p.m. sharp. We will be here. We won't be in New Orleans.
That's right.
Absolutely.
There's
what
a
if we
good
were?
chance we won't be in New Orleans
No,
next week.
I don't know. It's the smell. But,
All right. Well, yeah. Good night, you guys.
you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
All right. We'll see you.